Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, I just want to take a minute to say welcome. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately, so I just wanted to say hello, and I'm aware that you are subscribing, and I'm excited to get to know you better. So make sure you participate and leave comments and talk to me and give me, feedback and things on what you'd like to see, because I'd like to get to know you as well. And I have to apologize because I was MIA for the last 2 weeks, and there is a good reason. I didn't just lose my mojo. I went a few rounds with a little bout of anemia, and I don't know if you guys have ever had anemia before. I have suffered from it on a few different occasions that I know for sure that that's what I was dealing with. I mean, over the past 20 years. And every time I have it, my symptoms are completely different. Sometimes they're similar, but in a totally different way. So anyway, it took me a little bit of time to figure out what was going on, but that's what was going on. So I had, a rash, and if you've dealt with anemia before, you get a rash, but it's really more like little tiny blisters. Your skin loses the ability to protect itself, basically. A lot of people have trouble with it, on their lips and their tongue and that kind of thing. I've had it before where it affected my lips. I've had it before where it gave you, it's known to give you cracks here out of the blue, and I had an issue with that when I was like, I don't know, my early 20s. That's probably the first time that I know for sure that I was anemic. But anyway, so I got a rash all over my face and my ear and under my chin. This ear was swollen up about twice the size of this one, thickness wise, and it burned. the blisters kind of burn, and they get hot, they feel like a sunburn sort of, but you can't put anything on your skin. I was using, deep moisturizing lotion with no fragrance and that kind of stuff. The same, basically my body lotion, the stuff that you guys know that is my Holy Grail body lotion. I was patting that on my face just to keep my face moisturized, but you can't put anything on it because it burns like acid. And there was one day where I needed to take some photos. I had an obligation to take some photos of, a makeup look. And man, I could not wait to get that makeup off. I only used 5 products, and it was 5 too many, and I could not wait to get it off. So if you've ever suffered from anemia before, tell me your story about it, or what kind of symptoms you've had, because I swear every time I have it, it's totally different every time. And so I would just like to know ahead of time some of the other symptoms that I haven't experienced and that aren't as common, that you can just look it up and figure it out. So I can be prepared, because I'm sure it will happen again. So anyway, that's where I've been. It took a couple days to clear that up and get my system going again, and then, it has to kind of peel away. I mean, you have to wait for that skin to regenerate and get healthy again. So I am back, and I have kind of a lot to show you because I missed, those 2 weeks. So let's just jump into it. The first thing I want to talk about, this is, a product that if I were going to do a gift guide, this is something I would include in my gift guide. And it's the Sephora Favorites Lip Service Lip Sampler. I looked for this online, and it wasn't listed online. So I don't know if it's in all of the Sephora stores or if it's specific to the JCPenney stores, because it was in my JCPenney store. But there was another version online, so honestly, any of the ones where it's like Sephora's Favorites and it gives you a bunch of different products from different brands for you to try for a hugely discounted amount, you basically are paying for the whole box what the price of one of those products would normally be, kind of thing. I recommend all of those as great gifts, because it gives a person, first of all, an opportunity to try, higher end products that they are, maybe not going to be buying for themselves or whatever. And it also is a bunch of mix and match things. It's a bunch of different products, so you don't have to worry so much about them. Oh gosh, are they going to like it? There's going to be at least one thing in the box. I mean, how picky can somebody be? If there's not at least one thing in the box that they can enjoy, then they need to reevaluate their sense of gratefulness and thankfulness for having things. So this one I really liked because there were a lot of products in there that, I mean, I'm really familiar with, but I don't own for myself. And so this was just really ideal for me, and you know, the pricing is awesome. So, but I do want to talk about the products that are in it because I do have opinions about those products now. Okay, so the first one, let's see, it's just a box like this, and when you open it up, you know, it has all of the products in there, and I have used them all now. So I'm going to break it down and just tell you about them and how I felt about them. Okay, so the first one that I want to talk about is the Bite Beauty High Pigment Pencil in Pomegranate. That's this one. It's a super duper red pomegranate color. I liked this pretty well. It was, I mean, you get color payoff. You don't have to worry about color payoff with these. They're a little bit on the kind of matte, dry side. They don't feel dry on the lips, but you are going to see kind of the wrinkles in your lips. It's not that it settles into the wrinkles, but it's just because it's matte, you can just really see the texture of your skin. So if you have super chapped, peely lips or problems with dryness in your lips, which I do not have that problem, then these may not be for you. But if you don't mind that your, you know, natural wrinkliness or texture of your lips can sort of be seen, these have really nice color payoff, and it really lasted a pretty long time too. So I liked that one. Wasn't my super duper favorite, but it was okay. Next is the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in Cure Royale. That's this one. It's a deep burgundy wine colored lip gloss, and I really like this one. In fact, I think this is probably, might be my favorite, well, my second favorite product in the bunch. It smells really good. It smells like, you know, vanilla-y, cupcakey type baked goods sort of thing. The color payoff is really good with this. You know, the color, it is going to be this color on your lips. It's not, you can, it is, you know, sheer. You can sheer it out, but you're definitely going to get the color application. It's not one of those that you apply and all of a sudden it becomes clear, or you can't see the color at all. And I have darkly pigmented lips naturally, so if I say it, you can believe it. The thing about these is they do have a tingle to them. It's not an uncomfortable tingle. In fact, it's more like of an icy cool feeling for me. It doesn't burn at all. It is more like those really minty gums that kind of when you breathe in, it makes, you know, they're so minty, and it makes the air feel like really super icy cold, you know, in your mouth. That's what this feels like on the lips. It has that icy cool feeling on the lips. So it's not a painful thing. I actually enjoyed it, and I kind of thought that that would annoy me, and I really don't like when lip products burn. So the fact that I was totally fine with it is a good sign. Next is the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, or as we all refer to it, OCC Lip Tar, and this is in the color Pretty Boy. I love lip tars. I don't think you can really say anything bad about lip tars. You might find a color that you don't particularly care for, or a color that doesn't look good without being blended with another one. But these were designed that you could, you know, mix and match and mix them together so you could create your own colors. You don't need much product at all. They smell good. Kind of has like a minty smell to it. You barely need the tiniest bit to completely coat your lips. They're not drying at all, and it came with this little brush, which actually says Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics on it, and this is one of those brushes that people always throw away. Don't throw away this brush. This brush is brilliant. It's really good and stiff, and it really holds its shape, and it's nice and pointed, and you can really sculpt the edges around the line of your mouth with this. So if you get this, if you're sloppy with this, it's your own fault because you didn't use the brush. Right? You can really get it in, so you shouldn't have like bleeding or feathering or smeared up edges. You can really make it nice and crisp with this brush. And then of course, fill it in. Loved it. This is my favorite product in the box. Next is the Smashbox Be Legendary Lipstick in Nylon Nude. Looks like this, and of course it says Smashbox on it. I like the packaging. It's nice and sleek, and it's this nice, nude color. It's kind of like a creamy, frosty brown. It's not frosty. It's kind of a creamy combination of like a tan color and a flesh color, kind of all mixed together. This one I was really expecting to love because I really am a fan of Smashbox products. I'm not prepared to say that I don't like the lipsticks, period. I think I just don't like this color. Now, as you can see, this color is a pretty darn close match to my, skin color. So you kind of have to be careful with that kind of thing because you can make yourself unintentionally look like a corpse. That wasn't a problem for me, or that wasn't an issue for me, but when you first put it on, it looks pretty nice. But it kind of wears away really fast. It really clings, it actually really clings to the high points of your lips. If you have kind of natural wrinkles sort of in your lips like I do, whether your lips are dry or not, it's sort of, the color clings to the high points, which makes your lips look dry and peely even when they aren't. The reason I'm not prepared to say that I just don't like the lipsticks altogether is because this is the only color of this type that I've ever tried. So those issues, the issues that I have with it, could easily be specific to the color, not necessarily the entire line. But it did wear away pretty fast. I don't really smell anything, so doesn't smell like much. It just was kind of a miss for me. I would be willing to try more colors in the line, though. I'm not ready to scrap the entire lipstick line altogether. I think it's just particular to this color. I think obviously there are going to be other skin tones that this color will look even better on than me as well, but I think regardless of whether the color looks fabulous on you or not fabulous on you, I think it wearing off very quickly, and the fact that it it kind of draws attention to the high points versus low points as it sort of settles on your lips, and makes your lips look wrinkly or dry and flaky. I think that's going to be an issue across the board regardless of who you are. So not ready to say no to the entire line, but just wasn't a huge fan of this color, and that was actually kind of disappointing because I am a huge fan of Smashbox. Next is the Stila Lip Glaze in Apricot. You guys all know what these look like. They're lip glosses in a click-up tube. If you've used an e.l.f. one, it's the same as an e.l.f. one. It just has a brush at the end. You twist it, and the color clicks up. I don't like these. I don't know. I do not understand the hype about Stila lip glosses. And if you like them, kudos to you. Use them to your little heart's content. I'm not telling anybody not to use them if they love them. I'm just saying I just do not like them. They smell good. Like this color, what did I say the color was? Lip Glaze and Apricot. It kind of has an apricot-y, peachy sort of smell when you smell it from the tube. It kind of reminds me of like a peach Jolly Rancher sort of thing, only a little more subtle. But on the lips, it smells like baby aspirin. So the color changes, or the scent changes for me from the way it smells from the tube when you're applying it to the way it smells while you're walking around wearing it. Which, I don't think the baby aspirin smell bad either, but it did kind of change. When I smelled it from the tube, I was like, ooh, that smells really good. And then on my lips, I was like, now it smells more like baby aspirin. Not quite as good as it did from the tube. The reason I don't like these, first of all, this color, I mean, it is lighter color, but it basically goes on clear. And it feels like the thickest layer of liquid plastic on your lips. It's just the grossest feeling. I can't stand it. It's not that it's sticky, it's not gloppy, it's not tacky, it's none of those. It's a nice, you can rub your lips together nicely and they slide nice. But it's like a thick plastic, and it's almost like it's smothering your lips. When I wear it, I feel like my lips are screaming, oxygen! I need air! Please, wipe this off! I need to be able to breathe! It's like your lips can't breathe. I feel like it's just smothering the cells of your lips because it's just, and I don't know a good way to explain it unless you experience it, but it really to me feels like a liquid plastic. It's like you're slathering, it's like you took a big pot of plastic and melted it down and then slathered it over your lips. And it stays liquid, but oxygen cannot get penetrated to get to your skin. And I feel like our skin needs oxygen. So I just don't like the way it feels on the lips. I don't like that it basically goes on clear. It's just too expensive to go on clear and to smother your lips. So anyway, not a fan of Stila lip glosses. Especially when I can get an e.l.f. one that doesn't feel that way for $1. And it has the pigmentation. Okay, and then last is the Tarte Glamazon Pure Performance 12-Hour Lipstick in Inspired. This is just kind of your rosy pink color. Teeny tiny, lipstick. I don't know if you can, let me put it next to my finger so you can get an idea of how little that is. So, teeny tiny. This does last for a while. I wouldn't call it 12-hour. I mean, it stays on the lips, but it does transfer. So it's not transfer proof. And I find that for a product to really, really, really stay for long periods of time, in general, they might even have a tacky feel to them, but they don't generally transfer to like a coffee cup. This did still transfer. And this color is basically the exact same color as my normal lip color. A little bit lighter, just a tiny bit lighter than my lips happen to be naturally very darkly pigmented. So this is, I do have lipstick on right now too, so you can't really tell, but this is basically the exact same color as my natural lip color, except for lighter, a little bit lighter. So, I think partially my indifference with it is maybe just because of the color, because it wasn't like a, wow, that's a really pretty color on me. But I don't know, for the price, I don't know if this is something I would buy. I guess I would say that I would probably try some more colors, maybe some darker colors to see how a really pigmented color, this is pigmented, like a really intense color, sort of how that lasts throughout the day before I would really want to judge. But this was just I just kind of felt indifferent about it, so it was okay. But so, like I said, any of these, they make them in mascaras, they make them in lip glosses, they make them in, I mean, all kinds of products. The perfume sampler kits where you can exchange the coupon for a full size. Any of the mix and match Sephora Favorites boxes, I'm a fan of, regardless of how I feel about the products inside. I think it's a good way to try new things. Next up is an eyeliner. This is one of the Sephora eyeliners. These are the waterproof smoky cream liners. And the reason I have these Sephora products is because the Sephora I normally go to is a freestanding Sephora. For quite a while we've had a JCPenney Sephora, and I have bypassed it a few times and never really gone in to look around. And I decided to really go in and look around because the Sephora for JCPenney's do get products that the regular Sephora stores do not get. And so I just wanted to kind of go in and really look around and really see what they had. They have limited supplies in some of the brands, and they have limited brands. They don't have as many brands as a regular Sephora store, but they do get, kits and certain deals and things that are specific to the store. So it is it is worth, if you have both, it's worth taking the time to really go in and look around. And so that's why I was there this time. And this was actually a clearance item. So, check your clearance items. They had this color and a purple color. And, these are just a cream potted eyeliner. And this color is kind of a, it has a little shine to it, like a little bit of gold pizzazz to it that kind of makes it stand out a little bit, brightens it up a little bit. But it's essentially kind of your army green, olive green, not quite moss green, shade of green. This eyeliner is amazing. I love this. I don't know about any other colors, but this stuff, the way that it looks when you put it on in the morning is the way that it looks when you take it off at night. when everything else is sort of melting and fading and creasing and kind of wearing off and just might still look good, but just isn't like it was when you put it on in the morning. This is. And it's funny because it's very obvious that it is, because it's like, especially if you put it over an eyeshadow that is kind of worn off or faded or creased a little bit, when this is like kapow, you know, in your face, still looks good like when you put it on, and the rest is kind of meh, you notice. I loved this. I would buy this again. I would try other colors, especially when they're on clearance. I mean, if you can get any of the colors on clearance, then, you know, get them all. I kind of regret now not getting the purple one. I didn't get the purple one because I tend to have a lot of purple, and because I have brown eyes, you know, when companies send you stuff, they always want to send you the purple because it goes with your brown eyes, makes your brown eyes pop, blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted the different color. I kind of regret not getting the purple. But anyway, this might be one of my favorite things of all the stuff that I'm showing you. So if you've never tried the Sephora eyeliners, this is specifically the waterproof one. Don't worry though, it came off with, you know, my normal eye makeup remover, like face wipe stuff. This isn't impossible to get off. So don't be afraid that it says waterproof. Go get you some of these. Go get them right now. The next product is a flop, and I'm really actually sad it's a flop because this is a brand I happen to really, really like. This is the Essence Kiss Care Love Lip Balm, and this one is #1 in Fruit Crush. I love Essence brand because it is super duper affordable. Every now and then they price something, you know, every now and then they want to push towards the $5 mark on some things, and I'm like, come on guys, stick to the $3 mark, you know, with that. But they're a super affordable brand, and I really like all of their products until this one. This is just a lip balm. It does kind of have a little bit of a smell, which is fine, but I don't know if you noticed that this was kind of like really hard for me to twist up. I don't know if that's just mine or if they're all that way, but the twister doesn't work super duper well. And this is the hardest, waxiest, hard lip balm that doesn't really do anything for you that I've experienced in a long time. So this is a flop. Don't get these. Love their lip glosses though. Go for the lip glosses or some of the eyeshadows or something. The little nail polishes are fun. Stay away from these. Now I'm plunging into nail polishes because I have a lot of them to kind of show you what we're talking about. So the first thing, really briefly, that I just want to mention is that the Dollar Tree is now carrying a bunch of the Sally Hansen magnetic nail colors. And you guys know that if you buy these at, like, you know, CVS or a normal store, they range in price from anywhere from $9 to like $13. They're not cheap. So go get them while they're $1 at the Dollar Tree. I picked up the number 906 Iconic Indigo, which is an indigo blue. This one is Ready Response. It's number 905, which is kind of a burgundy sort of shade, a wine shade. And this one is Purple Magnitude number 910, which is a purple. I don't know if it's showing up as purple, but which is a purple. They had the gray and the silver. I didn't get those. I have one of those, and they're both pretty. They're pretty close to each other, so I feel like if you have one, you don't necessarily need both. But they had those colors as well. So anyway, go check your Dollar Tree because that's a really good price for these. And I think the magnetic polishes are still really fun, and they still leave a really good effect. And I always get compliments on it. You know, people are like, "Gosh, how long did that take you?" You know, they think you spent hours like doing this elaborate design on your nails, and you're just like, "Hey, I'm good." You know, it took you what, a few minutes, long enough to do 2 coats of polish. Okay, so that's that. Then I have been really big into my Urban Splatter Nail Enamel by Avon. This is in Blackout. These are on, you know, a clearance product for me now, but it's this really cool, it's supposed to be kind of edgy street graffiti paint splatter type effect for the nails. And so basically what I did when I first applied it, and today is Sunday, I did my nails not this Friday but the Friday before. And on Friday I had one nail that kind of chipped a little bit, so I painted it another color, but all the other nails are still going strong. So what I did was I used my Avon Nail Experts adhesive base coat first. I put a coat of this on. Then I did 2 coats of the Ulta Salon Formula Nail Lacquer in Freshwater Pearl. I love this color. This is very, it's a perfect color for fall and for like Thanksgiving. It's kind of a pearly, a little bit of a shimmer or satin finished sort of peachy color with kind of leaning towards a tan. But this reminds me of fancy polishes in like the late 70s, early 80s, you know. The fancy polishes had kind of this sort of shine, satiny finish to them, and this color scheme would have been very popular at the time, so I really kind of, I don't know, it just sort of brings me back a little bit. But anyway, so I put 2 coats of this on, and then on my, you know, my ring finger, I did a single coat of the Urban Splatter. Now on this finger I just kind of dabbed it on, and it's not going to show up very well on camera because my camera doesn't focus in close. You can't see the tiny little speckles at all. You're only seeing the big, you know, the big pieces of glitter. But so this one I just kind of, you know, dabbed it on for a light coverage. This one I stroked it on, and I got, you know, more product just by stroking it on. And then I topped it off with the Avon Nailwear Pro Nail Enamel in clear. And I just put a single coat over the top of all my nails with this. I use this basically as a top coat. So I've been loving the Urban Splatter, and I'm loving, you know, I am loving this color too. So if you can find this color, then it's a good one, especially for Thanksgiving. If you want something, you know, nice for Thanksgiving, run out and pick it up. And, you know, like I said, I went a whole week before I got a chip, and it was just a little tiny chip, but I just took that one nail, the polish of that one nail off, and basically did the whole routine again. I just used a different color, just on that one nail. And so I used the OPI Nail Lacquer, and this is in Mauvarita, por favor. And it's, you know, it's just kind of a mauve color. It's got some browny, dark salmon sort of tones to it. This is it on the finger. I put some Urban Splatter over it. Here's what I'm going to tell you about this color, though. I know that it's called, you know, it's got the word mauve in its name, and it is very mauve in the bottle. It dries. When it dries, though, it dries darker. It dries a darker color, and it's kind of a brown. It's almost like a dark brown. In certain lights, like in my bright lights, I can sort of see the reminiscent of the mauve shade again, but in real life, you know, everyday lighting, it's brown, and it's almost poop brown. So I still like the color. I mean, just the fact that it's brown does not bother me. But what I want to tell you is, this is a polish that you either need to wear on all of your fingers, or you're not just going to be able to put this on an accent finger and leave it, because it's going to look like you've been sitting with your finger stuck up your you-know-where. If you're going to use it for an accent color, then you're going to need to put something else over it, like the Urban Splatter. You're going to need to do something with it, some nail art or something, because it literally looks like you got, you know, poop on your finger and you didn't wash your hands or something. So this is an all or nothing polish. You're either going all in on all the nails, or you're going all in with some nail art, or leave it alone, okay, because it dries much darker than it looks in the bottle. Still like it, just giving you a warning. So that's it for this week. I have some more products that I'm already in the works for next week, and you'll start to see that it'll kind of filter out from the Thanksgiving stuff, and we're going to start to be working into the Christmas stuff. I film a week in advance now, or at least I try to, so there probably, even though we'll be in December, there probably will be one more week of where you'll see things that I liked for Thanksgiving time before you'll start to see the Christmassy stuff starting to filter in. But we're definitely on our way to the holidays. So again, welcome to my new subscribers. If this is your first time to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe, because we just come here and have a good time. You know, spend a few minutes thinking about something other than the stressful lives that we have, and just having a good time and getting to know each other. So don't forget to subscribe so that you know when I post another video. And leave your comments. Tell me about your anemic issues. Tell me what you've been loving for Thanksgiving, your favorite products, or if there's a product that you think I should try. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.